If somebody did something, we're gonna find them too. Where did you hear that at?
What's Marvin famous?
Kanan gonna want some payback for his friend.
He ain't the only one.
Oh, you wasn't down with that kind of shit no more.
I'll make an exception for fame.
You wanna make some real loot, get me some information.
Go home, kid.
Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left. I ain't tripping.
Just watch your step.
Famous last words.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. We're coming off the crazy reveal in season 4 episode 5 of Raising Kanan that Famous is dead. His body was officially found. His mom went to the coroner's office, looked at it, and we got to see the reaction of Kanan. And now we're about to go into his revenge, what he's gonna do in these next coming episodes based off the leaked episode descriptions, scenes, trailers, and teasers we have yet to see. We're gonna go over everything he's gonna do to find out who took out his best friend, and also we gonna give more like a prediction. Everyone's starting to look towards Marvin. I think honestly currently it makes the most sense, and we're gonna break that down of all the clues and details from the episode descriptions that point towards him as well, and how Kanan will react to that, the rift it will cause between him and Jukebox, basically the end of the Thomas family if it turns out that Marvin is the one who took out Famous. So without further ado, you guys will leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the last episode, and also give me your prediction on who killed Famous and how everything will turn out by the end of season 4. Now we got to start off with the episode 6 description, the price of fame, and talk about how it compares to the teaser, the preview trailer we got for that episode. We're going to break down the scenes, but the description says Rock tries to overcome Marvin's poor judgment. Keep that in mind for when we get to the Marvin part. Kanan recruits Jukebox to help him get justice for his friend. Unique assembles the final pieces of his plan. Now, honestly, when this description came out a few weeks ago and I first broke down all of them, I told you guys, would it be called the price of fame? I already said Famous was gone. Of course, we found that out within the last episode, and we did get this leaked exclusive picture where we see Kanan at a grave site, and a lot of us honestly thought it could be his grandma. We know this season she has gotten cancer. She has been getting worse and worse over time. We saw in the last episode she even wanted Marvin to just kill her, put her out her misery, but now Famous has been revealed to be dead first. His grandma obviously could still die and the scene still could happen later, but with Famous already being dead, it's very possible that this is his gravesite that Kanan is visiting. And people said in my comments were like, oh, he wouldn't bring a rose, he wouldn't go to his man's gravesite, he wouldn't be crying and shit like that, but we just seen him cry for Famous at the end of episode 5, so we know he's gonna be reeling and feeling the impact of losing his best friend, and he's gonna be out for blood, revenge, retaliation. And this is where the new scenes and teasers kick in. So the first thing we get in this new preview trailer is all of the Thomas family meeting at the bar, pouring out drinks for Famous, and we overhear Rock telling them that we know Kanan is gonna want some get back. He's gonna be looking for answers for what happened to Famous.
What's Marvin famous?
Kanan gonna want some payback for his friend.
And that brings us to the scene we've had and been hearing this entire season where he's asking OC and the rest of the guys, if you want to make some money, give me some information, tell me something.
Want to make some real loot, give me some information. Give me something.
And this leads to him and Jukebox ending up at the basketball courts. We've been seeing this scene over time. Once again, the episode 6 description talks about him recruiting her to get justice for his friend. He's gonna go looking for answers, but I think he's gonna be barking up the wrong trees. I don't think he's gonna find much of anything this early on within the season, and I truly believe that because we didn't see in the episode 8 description that says Kanan looks into his theory on what happened to Famous. So that lets me know this is gonna be an ongoing process, and maybe in the episode 6 he's grieving, he's furious, he's mad, he's trying to get these answers as quick as possible, as he told Famous's mom that if something did happen to Famous, they was gonna find the person who did it.
If somebody did something, we're gonna find them too.
So now we see him basically on a rampage. He's unable to be controlled, and Rock is probably going to try to get him in check unless she has something to do with Famous being taken out. We're going to get to that more later, once we get to the Marvin section. But last thing before we get to that section is, of course, Lou. We overhear him in the trailer talking about coming back to the streets for Famous, and Rock telling him, I thought he was done with all this, and he said he's going to make an exception.
Kanan gonna want some payback for his friend.
He ain't the only one.
Thought you wasn't down with that kind of shit no more.
I'll make an exception for Fame.
We know him and Famous got close within season 3 when Famous made 411 and they had a conversation about the demons and the things that they did. We know Lou was going through the same thing, so he kind of related to what Famous had going on, and obviously he was his first artist, got Lou this job at the record label, and Lou this whole season thought he was okay. Clarence said he was gonna come back. We've seen him say it on multiple occasions to Marvin, which we're about to revisit in the next section.
Around is that he's been talking.
Fame ain't no snitch.
We seen him tell it to Rella.
You going?
Famous just taking a break for a minute, that's all.
We seen him tell it to Imani.
Famous is collecting his thoughts. He's figuring his shit out.
So you've spoken to him?
Don't need to talk to him. I know who he is.
Even the guy running the record label.
Anyone heard from him, by the way?
Not that I know of. He'll circle back. Fame just gotta clear his head.
So he's been mentioning this a lot, and he thought Famous, because he knew basically what he did or what was going on with him, that everything was going to be okay. And now that he's dead, this even brought Lou back to the streets, something that we thought we probably would never see. But maybe he gets too far in, and once again, if it comes out that Marvin and Rock possibly had something to do with whatever went down, it might send him off the deep end and break up the Thomas family once and for all. But let's break down Marvin being the killer. Now, Marvin being the killer is becoming the most popular theory, and that's because a lot of clues and details, hints are starting to point towards him more than anyone else. And maybe Rock has some involvement, it's very possible. But first off, of course, we know I just showed a conversation between Lou and Marvin where Marvin talked about him possibly being a snitch, talking too much and going on a run. And when Lou tells him Fame ain't no snitch, and he was like, he don't know. When they start talking about that time, niggas get real chatty.
Fame ain't no snitch.
When niggas looking at a long bed, they get real chatty.
And interestingly enough, Marvin, if he did take out Famous, he's not new to this. He's true to this. He killed a bunch of snitches before. We seen him, of course, kill that white bitch that was snitching on him. Guy Sal Baselli's son to go handle that. We, of course, seen him kill that homeless nigga that was gonna snitch on Kanan, that he was the one who shot Howard in the park that night. So they had Marvin take him out. We, of course, seen them all bring Scrap to a warehouse to take him out when they thought he was snitching. Of course, it was really his mom, and we seen him drive Lou to the mom house, and he didn't do it himself, but he made sure Lou killed Scrap's mom to take out another snitch. And even within the last episode 5 that we just seen, Rock told him just go and threaten the nigga that owned all the warehouses for the Chinese spots where they're moving their products. Just scare him, but don't do too much because they still have to work together. But he started threatening to snitch on them, and Marvin killed this nigga. Only nigga I know killed more snitches than this is probably like Tommy. Tommy killed fucking everybody from Spanky to the Mexican girl from the very first episode to Proctor to his own dad, Tony Teresi. He's just been killing snitches all the time. So only nigga I seen hate snitches more than Marvin is Tommy. So if he did have something to do with Famous, I think it's already implied that if he thought he was snitching, he would take him out. Now, the next thing we could look at, of course, Rock has done everything to protect him, and she felt like Famous possibly could say something about Kanan. We saw that she had Lou kill D-Wiz. We see in the episode descriptions it talks about Crystal's disappearance and Kanan thinking that Rock is possibly gonna have something to do with that. So it's not crazy to say that she had something to do with Famous going missing and Marvin's possibly the one who took him out. But even crazier possibility is this is something that Marvin chose to do on his his own, as he's been doing this entire season, making moves with Rock and no one else is agreeing to. Once again, Rock told him don't push too hard on that person in the last episode. He killed them. Stefano, he's making deals with him behind Rock's back. He even lied to her about it. Stefano told him don't kill the nigga at the bar. He killed him, and he put Earl in that position. That's gonna come back to bite him. And we could see a few of the episode descriptions talk about Rock dealing with or having to overcome Marvin's mistakes. Now, this could be any of the mistakes he's been making so far, but it's very possible that they could be dealing with Famous. It's very possible that this is a decision he decided to make. And I think all this comes off the back of the end of season 3, where Gerald was snitching on Marvin. He was working with the FBI against him, and Marvin was completely pissed about this. And now he didn't kill Gerald himself. I believe Gerald overdosed, but he had a conversation with Lou in the car talking about how he did him right and he still stabbed him in the back. He was like, fuck him and fuck everybody.
Got straight shit on by some crack ass motherfucker he was trying to help. I did right by that fool. He still did me wrong. Fuck Gerald, man. Fuck everybody.
So this kind of lets me know that he was going to be on a rampage this entire season, and we have been seeing that so far with him catching multiple bodies. Now, another interesting piece about this, of course, is I said Lou is getting back in the game. He's gonna come back to try to find Famous's killer. This is interesting because also in that conversation between Lou and Marvin talked about how everyone has fucked him over and did him wrong, and Lou said, I never did, I don't plan on it, and Marvin said, I'm not gonna hold my breath just yet.
I ain't gonna do you wrong.
I ain't counting those chickens yet.
This is interesting because if it comes true that Marvin is the one who did this, we know if Rock had something to do with it, she wasn't gonna get Lou because of how he reacted to the scrap shit, the D-Wiz shit and all that shit. Marvin, he was just gonna get the job done and move on. But if he did it by himself, if he's really going AWOL on his own family, we know Kanan is not gonna believe Rock that she didn't have any hands in what went on. She has her hands in everything, or at least that's what he's gonna believe. And we can see in the episode 10 description, it talks about Kanan seeking for revenge, answers. I think he's finally gonna get the truth come the end of episode 9, and it's gonna come to light that Marvin did the job. And I think this will be one betrayal too many. I think this is what sparks the rift between a Jukebox and Kanan, with Kanan possibly taking out his uncle Marvin. This completely breaks up the Thomas family. And another reason I think this is because we see in the episode 7 description, it talks about Kanan searching for a missing OC, because we know OC is currently working with Unique. We'll talk about that more in tomorrow's video. But then in episode 8, when Kanan is getting closer to finding out what happened to Famous, he puts Jukebox on the OC mission and he focuses on Famous. And I think that's because it possibly has something to do with Marvin. And if it does, he doesn't want her to know just yet. And when it comes out that Marvin did do it, if Kanan takes him out, him and Jukebox, their relationship will change forever. We already see that Laverne is no longer there, it's Jukebox, but this is what I think is gonna happen. Overall, that's it for this video. You can put your thoughts and opinions on everything down below. Let me know your prediction for who killed Famous. I'm fine with being wrong if it's not Marvin, but a few people that, like, people saying it's Kanan or it could be Jukebox, a lot of those don't make sense. Like, I was trying to do it like in reverse, like ruling out people that it wouldn't necessarily add up to what we've seen so far. Like, it would make absolutely no sense. But I see a few people talk about Famous could have been Jukebox's first kill, or maybe Howard or Ronnie, which those don't make sense because they got killed the same night. We know Famous been missing for like 3 months. I don't know, a lot of it don't make sense. A lot of people are saying it could be Unique as well, but I feel like he's already on this revenge tour, and that could have been a part of it. They could have already showcased that, and then now everyone is just finding out about it. But if they're gonna show it later on, I don't think having it be Unique is a big reveal in any way, shape, or form. But I don't know. Let me know who you guys think it is. As usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe though, and I'm out.